Today, Tata Consultancy Services employs over 500,000 people, standing shoulder to shoulder with IBM in global market valuation. But in 1968, the company was just the Tata Computer Center. It was a small division established to pool the basic data processing needs of the various manufacturing companies within the Tata Group. The legacy Tata companies treated the center as an expensive novelty. They were reluctant to hand over sophisticated engineering data, leaving the new unit to survive on tedious shareholder accounting and payroll work. Without internal support or external clients, the division struggled to justify its existence, functioning as a failing corporate cost center. In 1969, a new general manager arrived to salvage the unit, Fakir Chand Kohli. Kohli came from an unconventional background for the role. He was an electrical engineer with an elite pedigree, holding a master's degree from the Massachusetts Institute of Technology. He spent his previous years as chief load dispatcher for Mumbai, managing the physical infrastructure and delicate balance of the city's power grid. When Kohli audited the computer center, he didn't see an IT business in need of sales. He saw a broken system that lacked basic engineering infrastructure. Kohli's systems engineering lens allowed him to treat the uncoordinated division as a grid to be synchronized, applying the same structural discipline required to manage a metropolitan power utility. Kohli's first challenge was a systemic talent vacuum. India possessed a deep pool of smart university graduates, but the country had no computer science degree programs to supply a workforce. He improvised by recruiting top-tier math and physics graduates from the Indian Institutes of Technology. To bridge the gap, Kohli established India's first structured graduate trainee program, designed to convert these scientists into software engineers. This internal training engine bypassed the educational deficit, creating a reliable human supply chain. The second failure was technological. TCS lacked access to modern computer hardware and the hard foreign currency required to import it. A 1973 partnership with the Burroughs Corporation provided a workaround. TCS would gain access to Burroughs mainframes in exchange for writing software for their international clients. But a new infrastructure constraint appeared. India's data network was too primitive to transmit code back to these global clients. To bypass the telecom bottleneck, TCS began physically flying Indian engineers to foreign client sites to perform the work in person, a practice that became known as body shopping. While born as a brute force logistical hack, the success of these engineers proved to global technology giants that Indian engineering talent was world-class. Kohli then addressed a third failure, the lack of standards. Early programming was an artisan craft, using a bespoke, unscalable style. In 1981, TCS established the Tata Research Development and Design Center in Pune to explicitly industrialize software development. The center developed computer-aided software engineering tools. These were designed to automate code generation and standardize programming into a predictable, repeatable process. This standardization meant software production could finally be decoupled from the client's physical location. This shift was formalized in 1985 with the creation of the first client-dedicated offshore development center, built specifically for the American firm Tandem. The establishment of the ODC finalized the move toward a software factory model, delivering industrialized digital products from a centralized hub in India. In the late 1990s, the Y2K bug presented a global software ultimatum, requiring rapid code correction on an abbreviated timeline. TCS funneled its automated tools and highly trained workforce into a dedicated software factory in Chennai to handle the crush of failing systems. The scale was immense. TCS processed and fixed over 700 million lines of code for Fortune 500 companies, roughly 30% of the world's total Y2K workload. This success definitively demonstrated that Kohli's industrialized model could handle global enterprise workloads flawlessly. Because TCS was now deeply embedded in the heart of Fortune 500 systems, clients retained them for ongoing multi-year digital transformations. These contracts pushed TCS past $1 billion in revenue in 2003, leading to a landmark initial public offering the following year. Scaling to this level required TCS to build the human talent and technical protocols that India's domestic landscape lacked. FC Kohli's application of systems engineering did more than save a failing division. It provided the structural blueprint for India's entire modern technology revolution.